morning. Can you please confirm if you can hear me?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Happy Ram Navami and very good morning.
Thank you. Happy Sri Ram Navami to everyone. आपदामपहर्तारं धातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं रघुवरं सीतापतिं सुन्दरं काकुत्सं करुणार्णवगुणनिधिं विप्रप्रियं धार्मिकं राजेन्द्रं सत्यसन्धं दशरथतनयं श्यामलं शान्तमूर्तिं वन्दे लोकाभिरामं रघुकुलतिलकं राघवं रावणारिं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायां पतये नमः सीताराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीराम राम शरणं भव राम राम श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये माता रामो मत्पिता रामचन्द्र स्वामी रामो मत्सखा रामचन्द्र सर्वस्वमे रामचन्द्रो दयालु नान्यं जाने नैव जाने दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे च जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनं श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are in the last session of this series of Navami Bhakti, that we can get a glimpse of that great personalities who have rendered devotional service unto the Lord in his mission. That is the key thing. It is not just one goes to a corner and engages himself in japa and tapa, but it is that how we can render service, that is the topmost, that is considered as the topmost. In that there are different ways of engaging in devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma, Nivedanam. These are the 9 limbs. Channava These are the 9 devotional processes, and one can take any of these processes and attain ultimate success, um, which is to please the Lord. And but what is required in Prahlad Maharaj prayer in this verse, he says Bhagavati Adda. Yeah, so Adda means faith. When one is engaging in these devotional processes with faith, yeah, that brings one a quick advancement in the path of devotional service. So yesterday we were discussing about that great Vanara Sugriva, who rendered the service in the mode of friendship. He was not just greedy that he wanted to get relief from his own problems, but he stood with Ram till the end, until his he yeah, brought Mother Sita back to Lord Ram. So there was even a situation where um, Ram was down. Yeah, he was totally disappointed that, okay, will I ever know where is Mother Sita? And if you are saying that these ornaments are um, dropped dropped by Mother Sita while she was going in a chariot, then and if you are saying he is Ravana, tell me where is Ravana? How one can go and is there any hope that one can achieve the ultimate goal of getting back Sita? At that time when Ram was totally down, he was saying, "Why are you so disappointed? Why are you so distressed? Yeah? When um, me, yeah, when my wife is captivated, when my life is going through this kind of challenges, being an ordinary man, I'm able to console myself so that I have a hope. And you are not an ordinary person, you are the Lord Himself, and you should not be like that. And in that way, He was giving hope. Yeah, this is also one point. Let's get into today's theme, which is yeah, we are saying Dhanya Rama Katha Shrutautu Hanuman Valmikabu Kirtana Sri Sita Samsmarane Tathaiva Bharata Sri Paduka Sevane. Yeah, and then Archayam Shabari Tathaiva Pranamakarane by Lankadipo, yeah, Vibhishana, and then comes Lakshmana Dasya, yeah, so and came to Sakyam Krite, Arkaja Sugriva, and then comes the last, which is Tanukrite, Tanukrite Trane Jatayur. Tanu means body, yeah. Trane means to give up, to give. Tanukrita, what kind of activity that Jatayu has done, that's the ultimatum of a devotional service, which means not giving or not keeping anything for oneself, completely surrendering, which is called Sharana Gati. Sharana means taking the shelter at the lotus feet and having nothing for oneself. This is also called in the Ashtanga yoga process, it's called Samadhi. And in that Samadhi state, there is no return, there is no thought about one's own benefit or one's family and everything. Nothing is of his own, he accepts. It's just like um, a ripened fruit, yeah, that fruit is offered to the Lord. The farmer or the owner of this garden is not keeping anything for him. Everything, every fruit that has come out, he is just offering it to the Lord. So in that way, we see how Maharaj Ambarish, yeah, has perfected his life by giving everything, all his senses in active service of the Lord. And here, let's try from Ramayana what Jatayu has done, due to which he is glorified for Tanukrita Trane Jatayur. Yeah. So we we very well know uh, that this moment in Ramayana where Ravana came, Ravana tricked, Ravana has abducted Sita. Yeah. And when he abducted Sita, Devi, then it was not an easy thing to find where is Mother Sita. Yeah, and that too, it is yeah, Mother Sita is um, crying, screaming loudly. Yeah, while Ravana was carrying her in the chariot at that time, um she was hoping that her screamings can go to someone who can pass this message to her Lord Ram, and she was very confident that if Ram sees this disgusting act of Ravana, he will immediately kill him and protect her. So in that way, she was hoping that some, yeah, but how far can the animal see? Yeah, in the forest, it's not a desert that animals can see very, very far. And then yeah, the animals were just hearing the screaming, but not able to do much to find where is Ram. Yeah, and then she turned towards the birds, and the birds could not do much. Also, yeah, and she was, yeah, hope against hope, just trying and trying to get attention of something, so that somehow mm, that message of her being carried away is passed on, and that she can be saved immediately. Yeah, that was Mother Sita, in spite of the trauma that she was going, because she was very tightly caught by who? Ravana. Yeah. So as soon as when Sita Devi understood that this bhikshuk, this mendicant is not looking normal, because he is always boosting the greatness of Ravana, and then she was just chastising what is that greatness of Ravana to feel about that this sannyas is boosting about. She was just saying, my Lord can set things right. Yeah, that is what even he took a promise and etc. And then this became very unbearable for Ravana, that he immediately changed his guise, and then he started, yeah, um, he took Mother Sita and then left. And of course, on the way, Mother Sita is asking, "What kind of man are you? Uh, that when the husband is not there, when my Lord is not there, you are coming. Is it not disgusting? And you are telling greatness about yourself." She said so many things, but Ravana was not so keen. He was just in busy. He is busy steering his yeah, chariot to his home. Yeah, and then mm, yeah. So in that way, um, Ravana was running away from the danger. Yeah, um, uh, because he was keen. Yeah, he didn't want to. I mean, I don't know whether he was really scared because of Marish giving him advice that don't play with Ram. It's like playing with fire and etc. So that made him to already plan more cunningly. Uh, of course, everyone wants to justify his position, and then what Ravana is saying is that, hey, we are Rakshasas. By law, we can steal. By law, yeah, our rules. What is that? There are different human laws, animal laws, spiritual laws, demon laws are beyond. There is nothing. Whatever we want, we can do. Whosoever property it is, we can accept. Everything is approved. In that way, Ravan justified his position, and he said, "Why will I have to wait for Ram? He's just a human. Just to fight with humans? Hmm? It's not. It's not of our level. What will tomorrow world will say that Ravan, uh, he has fought with a human. Such a uh, yeah, name I do not want. Uh, so in that way, and then while his chariot, yeah, he was going with Sita, and then all of a sudden he started seeing what is happening. Our chariot is going out of control. So um, and then the charioteer, he was saying, what is happening, that the chariot is not moving forward. And not only that, then there was a heavy wind that was blowing. Hmm. This, because this is not a natural wind. Natural wind cannot stop. Hmm. It seems that someone is definitely against our plans to head towards Lanka. So, and then, yeah, Ravan turned around to see, um, what is this? What is this due to which this heavy wind is coming? Who is pushing this such a wind that is making it difficult to ride this, yeah, chariot? And then he found a very gigantic vulture that is coming in the direction. Hmm. He was saying there are so many wonders about such a mountain-sized gigantic birds, yeah, vultures, because he was told that there exist two such huge vultures, of one of which is in this Dandakaranya, in this forest, yeah. Um, um, and then he said he also heard the greatness of that vulture and said that no one should mess up with such vulture because it has a energy of 1,000 elephants, strength of 1,000 elephants, and um, they were supposedly at least 60,000 years old. So in that way, the lifespan of this vulture is uh, already 60,000 years, and then it has strength of 1,000 elephants, and has very sharp eye power, yeah, that can, and then had warned that in Dandakaranya this vulture is quite dangerous and one should stay away, and this one had taken on self-assigned role of protecting the residents of the hermits. So if someone wants, whoever are in this area where this vulture is there, she is protecting them from all the Rakshasas, and one should not mess up with such a creature. Yeah, and then this um, Ravana had a sight, and he was seeing how so huge, gigantic. Uh, and as this vulture was coming closer and closer and flapping the wings, for a moment Ravana was surprised what to do now. But um, yeah, he was thinking "Mm, this bird would have come. Uh, this gigantic body and yeah, this yellow eyes, they are staring, and it beak was red in color and sharp like thunderbolt. It is coming, preparing for an attack. It is not just staying calm so that Ravana can relax now because the bird accidentally have been flapping the wings. No, it was preparing to attack. This is what we see. If we see on the top of a river, or yeah, we see the bird is uh, seeing from very far side, watching where is the prey, and once it knows where is its prey, then it will go with a sonic speed and catch hold of it from the waters. The moment it is going to jump up, yeah, and then leave. So, in that way, Jatayu was preparing to attack. Yeah, and n- Ravana. He was seeing, oh, it is approaching, approaching, but he saw that this vulture is already old. Yeah, so this vulture is already old. So he was thinking there was nothing to fear of an old bird. Yeah, however strong it can be, Ravana thought, I am strong enough to handle it. Hmm? So though he was terrified, but then he stayed calm, and his charioteer was surprised to see such a bird, and he was more worried than his boss. uh, but because his boss was steady and yeah, was not so giving, uh, was not scared, so that also made um, the charioteer confident that yes, he can kidnap. No, sorry, he can, my lord can handle this vulture. uh, and in that way Ravan was observing the bird. When Ravan was observing the bird coming, and it stood on the umbrella of this chariot, yeah, the chat of his chariot, and when it just landed, the heaviness of the bird was too much that the chariot um, uh, um, was pushed, and then not only that, Ravan was also lunged down ahead, and yeah, he also came now ready to attack this vulture, yeah, because now it is on the chariot, and then he but all this time, yeah, he was having Sita very tightly caught in his hand, yeah, and um, Jatayu was on the chariot. Once he began to speak, he voice of Jatayu was like thundering, thunderbolt, and he's saying, "You fool! Hmm? What kind of crime are you doing?" So when we are doing something, that too in haste, yeah, if someone is coming, an intellectual personality or intellectual person, and he is saying what kind of crime you are doing, yeah, If we value such words, then we would just engage in a conversation. But here Ravan was not interested because he was not considering it as a crime, but he is considering it as a right that he can do anything. That's what he has been doing. That's what he has done. He has molested so many apsaras, uh, even in the heavenly planets. So that is nothing normal. This is also what happens when we commit one offense. Maybe we are very much scared and worried and think more about how should I do it, or I shouldn't have done it, like that. But when we get habituated to commit such kind of offenses, such kind of crimes, it becomes nothing, because we tend to believe that nothing happened when I did first time. I can do it again and again and again, and the spirit can make us like there is no one to watch. Yeah, but the Lord inside our heart, He is watching everything. He is making a note of everything, and the time comes, the destiny in the form of destiny, yeah, that will manifest. So when Jatayu said that, what kind of crime is it not a crime that you are doing? As long as I am around, I won't allow you to do such evil things. Yeah, and then I will spread my wings. I will block every direction you can possibly go. Yeah, that's what first first Jatayu has tried to tell. Yeah, because this is very, very important. When Jatayu was seeing that Mother Sita was carried away by Ravana, yeah, it was not an easy thing. Yeah, because as Ravana very well saw that um, um, that he is old, yeah, 60,000 years or even more. And then Jatayu was thinking that what chance I have to win against such mighty Ravan. Uh, so, but then at the same time, he was thinking, should I stay sitting like this? Yeah, because who can harm a devotee? Who can harm Mother Sita? I am sure that Lord will come and take care and let me sit idle. No, Jatayu was not in that spirit. Yeah, he was just thinking, okay, um, hmm, uh, when as soon as he heard the screaming of Sita, and then he was already thinking, what should I do? Yeah, he was not thinking, okay, let me uh, make a note of things. Let me make a note of things and become a messenger. Yeah, that is what even Mother Sita was saying. Don't don't risk your life. Yeah, she said that she has requested that to inform Ram that Ravan had abducted her. So Sita Devi wanted Jatayu to be just a messenger because of seeing uh, the elderly condition of Jatayu. Yeah, and she had even advised not to risk attempting to fight with Ravan, as he was too powerful for Jatayu. Mm. Jatayu knew that truth. It's not that okay, no, it's not that Sita Devi has underestimated his strength and he can conquer, he can attack Ravan and become victorious. He could never defeat Ravan, he very well knew. But he couldn't just be a just mute witness. Just, oh, from the sky this chariot is going, uh, and then this is the message. Now I got perfect. This is what I am supposed to do. Mm? Uh, to make it worse. Mm? Um, he, um, uh, yeah, I mean, there is also some past that happened to Jatayu. Maybe I'll explain little later. But so Sita was saying, you are not ready. You are already old, and what I want is just pass on this message. Hmm? Um, but Jatayu already was having a very strong life lesson. What was the life lesson he had is that he should dedicate his life for the welfare of others, for protecting others. That is the reason whenever any Rakshasa was coming and attacking the sages in the hermits, so Jatayu was uh, uh, protecting. Yeah. This came at a very high cost. This learning, yeah. Sometimes when the lessons come to our sight, we don't take it, and when we don't take it, the lesson will be presented in a different way. Yeah, it is something like a stitch in time saves nine. So when a lesson is taken in time, then it can save, it can prevent so many things. In the case of Jatayu, the loss already happened, and that loss that it happens already paid. Yeah, Jatayu paid a big cost for it. And now, after that, in the mode of repentance, in the mode of service, Jatayu is protecting. So, when even Mother Sita was saying, just be a messenger, no, it could not. Jatayu was thinking, okay, um, um, his conscience kept telling him uh, that only fools will sit quietly. Only fools will sit quietly. Sita's instruction was that he should only pass the information but not take pointless risk. But how can he sit idle? He reasoned if it was going to be a failure, then why even try? This is another conscience is telling. One side it is saying you should do something, and one side it is justifying not to do something. This happens in our mind, the fight between a good and bad thought. A bad thought, the mind, yeah, I will if we have time I'll explain about the mind. Yeah, is always, it's like a pendulum. Yeah, sometimes thinking that way, sometimes thinking this way. And the jiva, yeah, the soul is never steady, just like this pendulum. What do you call, what is that hangs, I don't know, pendulum, yeah, whatever. So when it's keep on moving, what is happening? The time is ticking, ticking, ticking. Yeah, the time is not stopping. The time is not stopping even a moment. The time is ticking, and which means there is nothing, a stable conclusion that one can get until, yeah, one uses intelligence. Intelligence is the means through which the mind can be instructed. It is like a program that is written and then it is working on its own. But if a correction is need to be done, it is the engineer intelligence through which the program can be corrected. So, so Jatayu was thinking what to do, not to do. This came, and then finally, in few seconds, Jatayu, this internal battle, he said, "Okay, let me bring to this internal battle to an end and open up the real battle with Ravana. Whatever it's possible, let me do it." Yeah, his thoughts clashed against each other, and then finally, now he's saying that, whatever may happen, I want to go and give a tough time to Ravana. I very well know at my age, with my strength, I may not be able to win. This is what even he said to Ravan yeah, when Ravan was attacked by Jatayu, then Ravan was not able to get rid of this fight so easily, because Jatayu was giving uh, his life and soul to protect Sita. Yeah, this is very important. We are very tiny, we may have no strength, we may be only limited with our capacities, but the spirit can make a huge difference. The Sankalpa, yeah, this is what, that's why I say it's so important that we resolve, we take a vow and commit to it. If we don't set a goal, if we are not committed, then we will always stay like tiny, fit for nothing. Uh, but even one may not be highly educated, but if he has a spirit of taking the sankalpa that yes, I want to practice bhakti, I want to practice one of these nine devotional processes, then one is blessed by the Lord. And not only that, the spirit, mm, is supported by the Lord. So in that way, Jatayu was not sitting alone, and then Ravan tried to take a control of the things very quickly, but yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, Jatayu gave a warning. What kind of crime are you doing? In a very harsh, thundering voice, but at the same time, yeah, the motherly care. Yeah, because he was seeing that his daughter, like Sita, is captured in the hands of Ravan, and he said, "Don't be afraid. I have come now." This kind of consoling words. Yeah, is very, very important. It's not about that what we can do in reality, but what we can also do through words. That's why it said words have power. And this kind of saying, "Don't be afraid, I am here," uh, gave lot of strength to Sita. Of course, yeah, she still had this, yeah, that Jatayu is at risk. Yeah, and then in great strong voice that Jatayu now started saying, "Don't lay your hands on wife of mighty Ram, that will only burn you." Yeah, why? Because um, he started challenging, where has your education gone to commit such a kind of crime? Yeah, and by this, what kind of example you want to set by your actions? Hmm? Uh, will you accept it if some inspired follower of yours kidnaps? Now, if you are setting this nice goal, nice example, and if someone is inspired by your example and will come and kidnap Mandodari, do you approve that? Uh, just like food that is cannot be digested by a person who has indigestion problem. Yeah, uh, good advice also doesn't goes into the evil minds. So Jatayu was saying, and Jatayu was saying, uh, has Ram transgressed into your domain that you are stealing Sita? Hmm? Uh, if your enmity is towards Ram, uh, it is because he killed Kar and Dushan. This was because of Surpanaka. That is clear. Yeah, and it was Surpanaka who has poked her nose into the affairs of Ram and Lakshman and Sita, and that's why her nose and ears are cut. Uh, so, but um, Ram was only protecting himself and his loved one. Even in the animal kingdom, when your loved one is being attacked, then one can take all means of measures to check it. So, whatever Ram has done by, yeah, behaving with Surpanaka is approved. Even animals do that. What to talk about humans who are highly cultured. Mm, uh, So, and then Jatayu is saying, however far you go, Ram um, um, has this what you call lasso, yeah, the when the death sentence is given, there is this nook, yeah, the lasso which he has this, he can put it under around your neck, wherever you go, and then he can just pull you and then kill you. Yeah. So. Um, so in that way, he started saying, so he's saying, return Sita uh, at once. Why? Because she is the fire that will burn you and your entire dynasty. Hmm. Don't carry a snake casually with you. Why? Because the snake at any time can hiss and kill you. Uh, and don't carry more uh, weight more than that you can carry. This weight will crush you. So in this way, Jatayu is putting it in very plain means so that Ravan can understand. But Ravan, yeah, he was keen only to enjoy. He was not interested to take lessons. It was not time of a class. It was uh, not the moment that he was preparing anyway. And then, yeah, so his Jatai also said there is a lot of difference between both of us. Yeah, I am old, you are young. I am feeble, very weak. You are very robust. I don't have a chariot. You are on a chariot. I don't have weapons. You have weapons. Uh, Yet I am fearless because I am defending the truth. So it is not about all those things. Yeah, this also in Yuddhakanda we see how Ram with Vanara Sena, how he had achieved victory. Yeah, but Jatayu, who is old, alone. Yeah, it's not the whole Sena is there, and Jatayu is doing only one um, fraction of part of the service, but it's all alone. Yeah, Jatayu, he was um, is saying, Sita is like Vedas, no matter how far, how often foolish scholars try to misconstrue the Vedas, nothing can happen. Why? Because Vedas are divine beings. Will always be there to sacrifice their lives. Uh, there will be everyone ready to protect Vedas. And yeah, if you are brave, uh, because you are always saying greatness about yourself, then fight with me, because whatever the words, that words uh, um, are good words but falling on a bad ears. It's just like uh, electricity falling on a wooden piece, won't have effect. Okay, so yeah, then the fight started, and this fight was not ordinary. Yeah, because we have less time. I will briefly tell that Ravan thought it would be very easy, but he struggled a lot, and then his charioteer was thrown, his mules, the chariot, that if you see the background, it shows the mules that were drawing this chariot on which Ravan is carrying Mother Sita. So Jatayu thought he should immediately dismantle all these mules. So he pulled them out and threw it in all directions. So that this chariot started losing control, and Jatayu was hitting from top, and this chariot was having a free fall, and everything was happening, and um, so in that way, um, Jatayu gave a very tough time, and Ravan arrogance um, angered the hmm, Jatayu, and with whatever strength it had, yeah, the vulture was attacking, and he was um, doing all possible, and then Ravan, he started shooting arrows, and when he shot 5 arrows that hit the wings, when Jatayu became straight, um, strong, then what do you call stiff, then the arrows spun out. Yeah, and Ravan now took again. He shot 100 of arrows at the vulture, and then there was blood coming, flowing from every part. It is as if like a bird inside a nest of arrows, yeah, bleeding heavily. In spite of that, Jatayu didn't give the spirit of fighting, because it still thought, I still have a possibility, I can do. And then um, we, it gave very tough challenge to Ravan at a stage where Ravan, he was thinking that yeah, if this is going, then very soon he will lose. He took a trident and he start attacking, and this attack with Trishul, it pierced Jatayu, but Jatayu still didn't care about the pain that gave from this trident, and in spite of that was approaching Ravan and fighting, with all possibilities. And then now in this situation, yeah, Ravan was thinking, okay, how long can I do? Because I thought Jatayu will give up soon, but it's not the case. So he wanted, because he want to go as early as possible back to his place. Yeah, yeah. He was also maybe thinking, if Ram comes, it would be a different story altogether. Uh, so in that way, mm, just like if a person is jumping into a apple garden and snatching apples or mangoes, he want to be not noticed by the owner of the garden. Uh, so he will want to escape, yeah, not making a sound. So he want to stop this all sound of this war that was going on. So he said, "Oh, Jatayu, you are so great. I completely acknowledge your strength, and not even powerful demigods have troubled me so much as you have done today. First of all, I have to congratulate you for what you have done. But let's be quick. Yeah, let's be quick. And for that, I have a plan. What is the plan? Both of us, we will share our weakness. What is that weak point? And if one can one can exploit such a weak point, then they can become victorious. Yeah, and Jatayu, who was also, was also knew the code of warfare, and he knew the uh, about the greatness of Ravana's strength. mm, and he agreed to this condition because with whatever little energy, let's try to hit that weak point so that yeah, there is a chance, better chance to win. So Ravan said, "My weak point is my toe. Yeah. So if my right toe, yeah, yeah, if you can hit, then I am what do you call, exposed. Yeah. So and that way, and then Jatayu said, "It's my wings." And then just after knowing this, the fight again began, and this time Jatayu wanted to reach to the lower half of Ravana to really go and hit the um, right toe of Ravan. But what happened now? The only weapon that he was having, he invoked immediately Chandrahas, and Ravan simply cut one wing of Jatayu. Hmm. And then what happened? Then with one wing, yeah, how can a vulture of so huge, heavy, can balance? Jatayu began to fall. Uh, just as he was falling, Ravana cut also both the legs. Uh, so, and then Ravan was saying, he was giggling and laughing, and he's saying, right toe is not my weakness. I have tricked you. Something else, yeah, is my weakest point. It's not the feet, yeah, it's not the right toe, and you got tricked. And then um, as soon as Jatayu's wings are cut, the blood splattered all over, and Sita's heart sank. Yeah, and she was thinking, is it all for my sake such a violence has to happen, that such Graddaraj, yeah, Jatayu, the great vulture, is killed. Everything was red, blood, and everything. And Ravan also landed with his chariot um, um, to just watch out if Jatayu is killed completely. Uh, um, and then when he came, immediately Sita Devi ran to Jatayu and was seeing the condition. Then Sita screamed in pain of the rescuer who was literally slaughtered, yeah, by the Chandrahas, yeah, and she ran um, to the edge, and she was just seeing, and then she took him into her her hands, and she was seeing, oh, what has happened, what has happened. And then even in spite of that pain, Jatayu was saying, I tried my best, but I couldn't succeed, and uh, seek apologies, because yeah. So here we may see that, okay, Jatayu has not fulfilled not accepted the instructions of Sita. Yeah, but for Jatayu's instinct, he was seeing that more than this, uh, he should do something. He should do something, and um, she was uh, at least thankful that Ravan had decided to take a final look at this body, and he came, and then what she could only see is that this bird started saying only Rama, Rama, Rama in a very, very low voice. But as soon as she caressed him, he opened his eyes and was only saying this, that is that. And then, though he was completely soaked in blood, Sita embraced him lovingly. Yeah, for her, she was seeing him as her father-in-law. Yeah, and she wasn't there at the death of Dasharath, right? But here she was in the presence of Jatayu, who was about to leave. Yeah, and she wasn't happy to be at this final stages of his celestial father. So, but what to do? And then Ravan again caught hold of Mother Sita's hand, and he invoked, now this chariot is not fit, and I have to go quickly. So he invoked Pushpak Viman that came, and he started carrying uh, he started carrying Sita in Pushpaka Viman. Yeah. So and then, but at least Jatayu did what he can. Jatayu did what he could do. For him, dying was better than not trying. Usually, we are scared of dying. That's why we don't try. Uh, of course, this doesn't mean that we take all kinds of adventures, because it gives a lot of thrill. The adventures are not for entertainment, for enjoyment, or having this risk. Yeah, like diving from top, um, like scuba diving, or or yeah, different things. Yeah, people look for to have a great thrill, even though if it is risky, they want to take. Uh, but here the spirit is that trying to follow the path of bhakti, and for that matter, if one has to sacrifice the life, yeah, at least the good thing is he is on um, following the right path, yeah, and then he will definitely be blessed by the Lord. Yeah. So here Jatayu, yeah, was only in this ash. This was the case. Ravan came and arranged his Pushpak Viman, took Mother Sita, and he left. And all the time, Jatayu was, with whatever little, very feeble energy it had, he kept to it, saved the energy. So he closed his eyes, and very softly within mind was just remembering the name of Ram, 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 and that was what was Jatayu doing. Yeah, hoping that he can stay alive, so that when Ram comes, when Ram, Lakshman comes, or anyone comes around, that this message can be passed, so that he can be also fulfilling whatever Sita Devi instructed him to serve till the last breath. That is what is called Atma Nivedanam, surrendering oneself in the service of the Lord, nothing else. And then what happened? Ram and Lakshman were searching everywhere and asking whereabouts from every being in the forest, from the trees. Trees didn't echo, and Ram was disappointed why trees are not speaking. And he asked the birds, he asked the beasts. The only one who gave a clue was a deer, who was running in a special direction, a special way, and then Ram and Lakshman followed them, and then they came to this spot. And when they came to a spot, from far they were seeing blood. Seeing the blood is quite scary at this moment. Not because they are, I mean, because they are Kshatriyas, they would have seen so many times blood and yeah, bodies. But here they were they were from far with so much blood, uh, and so such a body. They were saying, is it the body of Sita? Can it be? Or is it the body of a Rakshasa? That's okay, but is it a body of Sita, their dearmost? Yeah, so that could explain. Yeah, he saw that uh, um, that he was. They were very much worried because they saw a chariot broken there, they saw a body here, and what can be the case? And when Ram saw into Lakshman with grave, I mean, Ram with such a big doubt, yeah, how to accept if something that is going in their mind is reality. Lakshman was also very concerned about this. He could not hear her cries and visualize her arms and legs. Uh, um, so in that way, anyway, um, he was becoming, if anything, then Ram became, yeah, will become uncontrollable and he will burn everything into ashes. Mm. So in that way, he was thinking, and then if while thinking all possibilities, they started coming closer and closer. They saw a lot of blood around, and then the tension increased, and he was heavy. Yeah, astonished. Was he actually struggling with his life? Hmm? Huh? Because they were thinking maybe it's a Rakshasa they need to fight, or is it maybe Sita in worst case? Yeah, what is that? They were coming closer inch by inch and coming closer to see. And on the other side, they start feeling that this creature has life. And then is it struggling with his life? Yeah, and while they approached more closer, then Ayushman, yeah, this is what the words of Jatayu that came out, and then they were even more surprised. How can a Rakshasa can bless us, can a long life? Yeah, so that why would demon offer such blessings? So definitely this is not demon. So they went even more closer. As they went closer, they saw Jatayu that came from their mouth. Both of them screamed together and dropped their bows and took Jatayu. Yeah. Instantly they knew. They fell on their knees. They next to the uh, Jatayu. Yeah, and then Ayushman, this is what Jatayu said. It is said, Yamoshadini Ayushman Naveshamani Mahavane Sadevi Mama Cha Prana Ravano Bhayam Hatam. Yeah, so this is what he says, which is saying, accept my blessings for a long life, the one you are searching for, like a medicine of hope for your diseased heart was stolen by Ravan. He has taken my life too. This is what he said. Uh, Yamoshadi, Aushadi, the medicine that you are Yamoshadini, Ayushman, Naveshmasi, Mahavane, Sadevi, Mama Chaprana, Ravano Bhayam Hatam. So and then Jatayu explained everything that has happened, and he tried. I tried my best to save the life of Sita, and even tried to reclaim her from Ravana. It was almost close. It was almost close that I was about to do it. She only wanted me to pass this message to you about her abduction, but my conscience wasn't allowing me to sit quietly. Mm. With right in front of my eyes, this injustice, extreme injustice is going for my daughter, like Sita. I could not stay calm. So I have just been able to hold on to my life with strength of my power until now to just give this message. I could not save her, but I have a message for you. It is Ravana who has kidnapped Sita. And as Jatayu was speaking, the blood was oozing out of his mouth, and um, there was yet another reason why I fought with Ravana. Yeah, I know that I have no chance. I know that I have no chance. I don't want to stay sitting, but there is very important reason why. Why I had uh, mm, try to stop Ravana, because when Ravan, yeah, had cleverly kidnapped Sita during what time? Vinda Muhurta. And Vinda Muhurta means in that time if something is lost, it will not come back to its owner. So what I was doing is I was mitigating the situation so that prolonging that Ravan cannot escape. And when he actually left her, yeah, it had become the Punarvas Muhurta. So from Vinda Muhurta to Punarvasu Muhurta, I was holding Ravan with all my best abilities so that even if he goes, the object returns back to the owner. So if anything valuable is lost during this Muhurta, it is definitely comes back to its owner. I assure you that uh, that you will get back Sita also. So we see here how Jatayu has saved uh, Sita, so that his intelligence, he used his intelligence, he's used his physical strength, he used his communication, Everything he used in the service of the Lord. Yeah. And O Ram, that I have performed my duty towards you and Sita. Yeah, by giving you the message, I can go ahead. It's my fortune to die in your lap, Ram. So what a fortune. What a fortune, what a fortune earned by Jatayu. That he left his life in the lap of Ram, the lap of the Lord. Yeah. Who can get such a fortune? Yeah, we see here Jatayu has fought for his life, uh, not for his own life, but to be the messenger of Sita, to be uh, that so that that the Lord can emerge victorious, Vijaya. For that, Jatayu did everything. That is what is Atma Nivedanam. To use our word, body, mind, all everything in the service of the Lord. That is what is Atma Nivedanam, complete Sharanagati in the service of the Lord. And it is not once Jatayu has done this. Yeah. If we go back to the initial in Balakanda, we come across a reference where um, Dasharatha, yeah, in Ayodhya, everything is always flourishing. There is no scarcity, no famine. Everything was in abundance. But there was for 11 years, there was no rain, and due to no rain, there was a famine, and people started talking, okay. And when Dasharatha came to know, he asked his priests to know what is the reason. They said it is because of Shani this is happening. So Dasharatha prepared himself to fight against Shani, Saturn. And yeah, when Dasharatha went and he was challenging Shani, Shani kicked him with simply a blow, and that was enough. That was enough that the whole chariot started toppling round and round and it was falling free fall. At that time, who came? At that time, it was Jatayu. Immediately, he expanded his huge wing and then made sure that this chariot didn't fall and chariot was stabilized, and then with the support like the Vahana, yeah, Dasharatha once again went to fight against Shani, and seeing the spirit of Dasharatha's determination for the welfare of his people, Shani said, I will cast off, yeah, remove the evil effect from your kingdom. And then saying Dasharatha was victorious. Yeah, and then Jatayu has brought him back, and Dasharatha was very having great gratitude. And then he had accepted Jatayu as his friend, and not only that, he also said, this is another very top secret that Jatayu didn't reveal to anyone. Yeah, is Dasarath said, ask a boon for what you have done. You have saved my life. And Jatayu said, uh, your first son will be my son. Yeah, so this means that yeah, Dasharath's first son, once he is born, yeah, then should give to Jatayu. Yeah, because Jatayu said, I'll come and take him. This is he is my son. So, but then when Dasharath had such a loving, beautiful sons, so he was, how can he, um, yeah, he was just, yeah, that promise is there, but I can do it also later. He didn't say as soon as born to give. So Dasharath was intentionally postponing. And now what happened? What happened here? That favor that Jatayu has done to Dasharath, yeah, Dasharath was indebted, and who and here again another opportunity that Jatayu has saved or brought this message of Mother Sita to, and again this Raghu dynasty is once again indebted. So that is the service attitude is so that it's not like we do only once or twice, but we keep on repeating. And of course, such a lesson that Jatayu got definitely enables him to always remember this and practice it in reality. What is that? That was the time when Jatayu and Sampati are two brothers. and two brothers are very very close. And what happened is, um, who is their father is Aruna, the charioteer of sun god, because everyone is praising the greatness of his father, yeah, Aruna, because he is relentlessly always um, um, riding the chariot for sun god 24 by 7 365 days, yeah, because he is moving constantly around the center of the creation. So Aruna was very busy, yeah. So the only thing they thought is, oh, we want to see him. I want to see him. This is what Jatayu, the younger brother, wanted. And younger brother said, no, let's go now. Let's go. Let's go to that, our father's place. And no, no, Sampati, the elder one said, no, no, the rays are very strong. Sun's rays are very strong and they will burn our plumen, the wings, and then it's very dangerous. But the adventure, yeah, some Jatayu thought, oh, come on, how should we see this like this? No, we should see it as an adventure, and no problem, we should try, we should try. Sampath kept on saying no, 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 but finally Jatayu said, no, if we go close, our father will realize we are coming, and then he will make sure that he will he will mitigate the risk by talking to sun god and mm, cast not such a strong rays on us. And in this way, Jatayu was saying something, but finally, yeah, plead of the younger brother, the elder one accepted. He said, okay, let's go, but one thing, you are always behind me. Yeah, you should always come behind me. Of course, this is not that he was eager to win the race, but he wanted to protect his brother Jatayu. And then in this protection, the both have started flying into the sky, into the closer and closer to the sun. The more closer they were going, the sun's rays became hotter, and Sampath was in the front. Yeah, he was taking it all, and he was feeling great pressure. But the excitement that Jatayu was having, he was having great thrill of this, yeah, expedition, going and going. And then Sampath was seeing that his brother was down, and all of a sudden, when there was very close proximity to the orbit, then what Jatayu did was he started speeding ahead, and then was getting more closer, and he crossed Sampath, and he started even going more closer and closer. And Sampati, who saw it is very dangerous, what he did, he tried to also speed up himself to keep speed with his brother. And yeah, the situation came a point that Sampati saw there was a strong sun rays that is hitting straight in this direction, heading towards them. So Sampati, with last small energy what he had, he uh, changed the direction. He went up, yeah, up above Jatayu, and then what happened? Then he went close, and then he took this shot on him. When he took the shot on him, because of that pressure of that burning, the wings got burnt, and the heaviness and the speed with which he was hit. Also, Sampath hit Jatayu, and both started falling, falling, falling from very heights. One landed at the ocean, yeah, and one landed in Dandakaranya in that way. And then, yeah, from now on, Jatayu only has a life of repentance for what mistake he has done, that his brother wings are burned, that he cannot fly anymore. Yeah. So this showed that our life is not for our own comfort. Yeah, we have to protect others. So his brother was leading a life of um, sacrifice, helping others. So this is the spirit that Jatayu took it, and that is the reason why he kept on protecting the sages, and also did his best in stopping whatever was happening as much as possible, uh, to hold on Ravan, so that this Punarvasu Muhurta is coming. That's why we see that, yeah, he left Sita there, and but again he invoked his Pushpaka Viman, on which he started again going. It is only good. So we see that yeah, Jatayu has repeatedly served Raghu dynasty. He served Dasharatha. Now he is serving Ram because mm, he accepted them as his lord and he did his best. And okay, but what happened in return? It is that Ram was so much, yeah, touched by what service that this Jatayu did. Yeah, so then yeah, he said that whatever um, the last rites of Jatayu are done by Ram and Lakshman. Mm, because they were seeing how all his he has taken steps such a way that Jatayu was defeated, but even in his defeat, he had left a lasting impression on Ram because he was dying not for himself, he was dying for a mission, he was dying for the Lord. So, uh, grateful was he to this bird that he did I mean, they were only two, Ram and Lakshman, but they made sure that the last rites of Jatayu are duly performed by them. So Lakshman was arranging the funeral pyre, and Ram performed the last rites the same way one does for his own father. Yeah, so that's how uh, Ram uh, blessed. Yeah, so he blessed. Yeah, so Ram sees Jatayu as his father. The irony is that he was not there to do the final funeral pyre for his own father Dasharath. Hmm? But here, in one way, he has done. Why? Because Dasharath, after he begot the first son, yeah, this first son is whose property? Jatayu's property. So in that way, Ram has fulfilled, yeah, his uh, he has done his service in this way. Yeah. So in that way, we see there is so much to understand from here. Just uh, Ramayana in itself is having innumerable instances where we can see how such great devotion was flowing uh, in the whole story of Ramayana. Yeah, every moment is a point to pick up and take the lesson and be blessed. Yeah, and here we see usually we have this comparison done between Maricha and Jatayu. Yeah, we see that Marich has also died, and we see Jatayu also died, and we see uh, the intentions and how they are died. Yeah, we see that superficially, we see that Marich uh, died in the hands of uh, Ram. Yeah, because Marich, I mean Ram shot an arrow, so in that way we see that Marich also died in the hands of Ram. We see Jatayu also died in the hands of Ram. Yeah, from a point of view, we see that both end was similar, but actually it seems that Marich did. We feel that he did a noble thing, Marich. Why? Because he and a spiritual thing by choosing to die in the hands of God. Yeah, because we say that even if someone is dying in the hands of God, he will be blessed. So spiritually, yeah, this is what when Ravan was saying, I am going to kill or you will go, then Marich decided like a great intelligent devotee, but that's not the fact. Superficially it appears like that. Real spirituality teaches us to inspect the intention behind action. What is the intention? And when we go to that level, then we understand the huge difference, completely opposite polarity between Maricha and Jatayu. Maricha died at the hands of Ram while serving Ravana. So the intention is very clear. He was serving Ravan. And Jatayu died at the hands of Ravana while serving Ram. In shooting in this, yeah, in that way. And we also see how did Marich die? Yeah, even after shot by Ram, he was serving whom? Ravana. He was thinking, no, no, no. In this last moment, uh, Ravana is still my master, and if I am not doing justice, so I will go to lower planets. So he was then saying in the voice of Ram, said Sita and Lakshmana. So here he took the names of Sita and Lakshmana, that too for his own chal, for cheating. Yeah. Whereas Jatayu took always the name of Lord Ram in devotion, in a hope to keep himself alive so that he can give the message of Sita to Lord. Yeah. Here we see that Marich maintained his loyalty to Ravana and Jatayu maintained his loyalty and service attitude towards Ram. Hmm, to pass the message for before dying, that was his spirit. Marich had superficially he wore the dress of what is it called, renunciant. Yeah, after he was hit hard by the arrow in Siddhashram. Is it Siddhashram? Janas? Yeah, Siddhashram. Uh, then Marich fell here. Yeah, and he immediately understood. Oh, don't play with Ram, and he took the superficial dress of a renunciant, but had never taken any guidance from spiritual authorities for practicing spiritual life. Hmm. If he were really loyal to Ram, he would have died at the hands of Ravan, like Jatayu, because he was not taking spirituality seriously. He didn't have any spiritual master guidance, due to which what happened? Whatever came to his mind, he did it, and then Ravan he accepted as the his master, which is not correct, which is not approved from by the Shastras. So then, yeah, he had died at the hands of Ram is not benefiting. Even if he had decided to die in the hands of Ram, he shouldn't have mimicked the voice. That is the main thing he did. By dying at hands of Ravan, Jatayu served the interest of Ram. Hmm? Jatayu, he served the interest of whom? He served the interest of Ram. Yeah, and the dying in hands of Ram, Marich caused great inconvenience to Ram. So, end result also we can see by Marich death, the problem became bigger, because then he made sure that Ram went too far away and he tricked so that Lakshman left so that Sita can be abducted. So this is totally not serving Ram. It only created more problem to Ram. And if we see Jatayu, what he was doing is he took inconvenience for himself so that he can serve the Lord. He became a catalyst. He became the source of information that Ram and Lakshman were desperately looking for. Yeah. So in that way, um, um, this is what happened. And after death, what happened? Okay, death has happened. It will happen. What happened after death? Ravana, the master of Marich, didn't come and to take care of the last rites. He just used Ravana has just used Marich in his mission. Whereas here, Jatayu, who left his life for in the service of Ram, mm, Ram took care of Jatayu in the final journey. Jatayu was a vulture and not even a relative, but Ram did for him what a son would do for his father. Hmm? To that extent, even he didn't do it even to his own father Dashrath, but he did. So in that way, we understand that it is so important to have a clarity of what kind of intentions we carry, and in that service how we are doing. It is not so important who is seeing that. It is not so important that how people perceive. Yeah, it is very important that if one does understand the spirit of devotion and engage oneself in devotion at towards the last breath of one's life, then he will be definitely rewarded by the Lord. There is no doubt about it. And here I would like to stop and sincerely thank every one of you for yeah, being in this journey of going through this Navavida Bhakti of Ram Katha, Ram Leela with me. And yeah, giving great blessings to conduct. Any questions? Anything anyone want to add? Feel free. Yep.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for all these nice sessions. We could really relish all these nice pastimes of Lord with the devotees. Yes, they were very instructive for all of us, and yes, we pray that we can imbibe all these qualities.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful sessions. And today, nectarian lecture about Jatayu. We were I am not knowing the sensitive information like Vindhya Muhurta and how Ravana cheated Jatayu, all these information. Very nice to know the Bhakti, Atma Nivedanam. Very inspiring. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yep. Thank you. Harika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, we are really grateful that we could hear Ramayana all these 9 days, and in a way where how to apply it in our life for our bhakti life. So it was really, really nice. And on this day of Ram Navami, it is only my prayer that whatever we are hearing, Lord, strengthen us so that we observe that in our life. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us all this inspiration for the prayers also and for action. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for your time.
Yep. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a nice session. It's very nice to hear the Lord pastimes on such a spacious day. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good. All the 9 days we could hear. Until now, the 9 devotional ways of bhakti, we used to think, okay, these are the bhaktas which we have in our mind. But in Ramayana, we were always before the class. Dhruv also used to guess who will be the Atma Nivedanam. For that, which example will be there in for Sakhyam, Dasyam. Okay, even Love and Kush would be for Kirtanam. It's all of them are there. Smaranam for everybody fits so well in each of the examples. And it's this time it was from Ramayana. All of the characters were back from the Ram. Though we missed the Ramayana sessions on Fridays, but it's all recap been happening in these 9 days. So it's thank you for all the time you have given, and always keeping all the things in place, and okay, how devotionally we should be focused with all these examples. It's really nice. Thanks once again. And definitely we miss even Sindhu Mataji on this occasion.
Yeah.
She also adds a little more.
Yeah. We missed her as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you once again for that.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dhruv Ninad.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this summarized sessions. Though I missed a couple of them, but thanks a lot for this Zoom links. I'm listening to it so that in the upcoming days also they are all available. No? That's the best part now. Yeah. And this is a summary kind of thing. So yeah, for me also. Thank you so much for dedicating this much of time for us and taking it regularly, Prabhuji.
No, I mean, these days everything's ready-made, so the effort is not that much as you all are thinking. Yeah.
But still, for us, it means a lot, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks, Vedamada. Yeah. Yeah, as Radhika Mother, you were mentioning, na, I mean, not we cannot say it's only these nine devotees who have done everything, yeah, in Ramayana. Yeah, every character has done his wonderful role. Yeah, whom we cannot talk is not at all possible. It's not possible. Everyone, even if we talk about Manthara, yeah, who is Manthara? There is whole month. I said in my Ramayana classes, na, 3 4 years back, I used to say there is a Manthara Gita. Just like Krishna is giving Bhagavad Gita, telling how should one lead a life and everything. Manthara also spoke so eloquently with shastras and references that she also had her own Gita. And from where is it coming? Yeah, she was blessed by Saraswati to speak like that. Yeah, so she also did her part as a devotee. Of course, as a jiva, this upama, we can see that hey, one should not indulge in using shastras and manipulate and yeah, cheat others. But even Manthara served a great devotee role. Why? Because when when Ram and Sita got married and when they came to Ayodhya, the demigods were worried what is going to happen because yeah, we know that Lord is always absorbed in the service of Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. So they were worried what will happen if Ram and Sita are once again absorbed in serving each other, yeah, in Ayodhya, in midst of all comforts. What will happen? The mission is actually to come and kill Ravan. Yeah? So that's why they went to Saraswati, and Saraswati made that this happen. Yeah. So we may see that yeah, she is one of the most negative role, right, in Ramayana. Also, see how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we see here how come Lakshmi Devi when in the presence of Lord she is attracted with something else, right?
Yeah,
If
right.
there is no yeah, if there is no distraction, what can happen? And we see here what happens, Marich, and then we see every moment in Ramayana, every role, yeah, has a lot to offer. We just only skimmed. I mean, what we spoke in these 9 days is not even a drop in the ocean. Why? Because there's so much to speak about Sushena, Satikshana, about Sharabhanga Rishi, about Agastya Rishi, so many rishis, yeah, sages. Mm. So many things are there. What we covered is just kind of one photo, one impression from the whole Ramayana. Yeah. Once again, yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, Varsha Mataji is putting up this playlist so that it can be available on our YouTube space so that we can, whenever we want, it's not like, okay, one time if we have heard, yeah, so many new things we have come across. So yeah, next time we may not have same thrill and fun. No, it's not like that. The more and more we hear, these are not what do you call entertainment media or entertainment material, but these are actually life-saving material. So that we take these instructions again and again, apply them again and again against all kinds of odds we have, and then make our life, yeah, perfect, blessed. Yeah.
So
Anyone
Prabhuji, the
else?
list,
Hmm?
Hare Krishna. So the list will be shared in the WhatsApp group, right?
I think every day Varsha Mataji is sharing in that channel. There is the playlist, but maybe she'll share the list as well. in the group.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, did I miss anything? No. Let's take this day and remember more. Yeah, and pray to the Lord that we also aspire to become His devotees and engage in active service and seek blessings from the Lord. Because without the blessings, it becomes very, very challenging or even seemingly impossible to advance. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.